so much to cram in, so don't hang around. Pick up the phone now and get involved. I'm not Bielsa's biggest fan in the world, I'll be honest with you. I've not got a dog in the fight, but I just don't get it. I just don't get it.
So when we were speaking before the show, you thought myth?
Yeah, I thought myth, yeah.
Is it a little harsh, myth?
Well, here's the thing, right? There's Leeds fans that have been fun up. The last 2 weeks I've been saying I think it's crazy that he's still the manager. Any other manager would have been sacked, right? And then they go, yeah, but look what he did. He brought us up. Of course, I get all that. But there have been other managers like Eddie Howe at Bournemouth that's done a ridiculous job and has got them from nowhere to the Premier League, the promised land, right? But managers, it's a results industry. If you don't get them, you go. It's as simple as that. And listen, you look at his near 30-year span, he's been in charge. I think he won the league in Argentina in the early 90s. And other than that, he failed to get Leeds out of the Championship at his first attempt. They were in the top two for a long, long time with, I think it was Norwich. Yeah. And then they got into the playoffs and were beaten by Derby.
And then there was all that talk about the fact that he runs them so hard, they blew up a bit, etc. Weren't there?
Yeah. And then fair play, they won the Championship. Great.
And they got up.
There's your tick, Championship. Then they got in the Premier League and they did really well in the first season. There's
brilliant.
2 ticks, I'll give you that. But this season, they've been appalling. I know they've had key injuries, right? Yeah. I get that. 3 key injuries up top and in front of the defence. I get that, Phillips. And then they've had the midfielders, so I get that with the captain missing. I totally understand. But other clubs have injuries. Lots of clubs have injuries as part of it. He doesn't like a big squad. That's his fault. He only plays one style of football. And you can't go to Anfield on the back of conceding 7 against City, 4 and 6 against Man United. You can't go to Anfield and be so what's the word I'm looking? Arrogant to not change your style of football.
Do you think we get? Do you think we would have many Leeds fans that listen now that will come on and say, "Right, cool"?
No, none, hardly any. But I don't get it. I can understand a love affair with a manager that's got you to the promised land. They were not in the Premier League for I think 16 years.
Yeah, 16. Right?
Yeah, and I totally understand why you would love your manager for doing that. That's cool. That's absolutely fine with me. But to sort of be, to be completely blinded by the results, I don't understand that. You know, there are. If you're a Sir Alex Ferguson and you've been there a quarter of a century and you've won trophy after trophy, and then you go through a barren spell, I can understand why there'd be that support. But 4 years
is as part of the love affair that Leeds have had with Bielsa. Is it purely by the way that he is, the maverick sort of tendencies and qualities that he possesses? Is it the way purely that the team plays such an aggressive, attack-minded game? I mean, I was asked about Leeds the other day, and it's like, well, if you look at the goals they've scored this season compared to maybe last season or whatever, they're down on all their numbers. Why wouldn't they be? They've been without Bamford for such a long time, etc. But a team that are geared up to throw 5 in the box every time the ball arrives in there, and that's kind of what they do. If you ain't scoring, and if you ain't getting on the end of 1 or 2 of them and getting yourself a lead or getting in front, because you are going to concede goals. In the Premier League, you're going to concede. And they've started to get found out where defenders are coming out with the ball, because they go man for man everywhere. Defenders are coming out with the ball, right? And they're travelling 30, 40 yards with the ball. They get into like 40 yards within Leeds' goal, and then all of a sudden, people are still staying with their men. Right, when all of a sudden, if someone's 30-odd yards from goal about to shoot, someone's got to go and front the ball up. Someone's got to go and close him down, but they're not. But they're so intent on doing what they do, and they've kind of been found out a little bit. They've had a lot of injuries, but there's something really like it about what he does. Now, I said to you...
What is that? What does he do?
The way they play. How can you...
Yeah, but see, people say, oh, they're so great to watch. Yeah, because teams are going to score 6 and 7 against them.
Well, would you not like to see Man United play with a definite style? Because you don't have one. You don't have one.
It's a results industry.
No. Just answer that okay, question. Would you like to see Man United play with a more attack-minded style?
Yes.
Right. Well then,
but not if it comes at a cost.
Well, you're not going to. Man United wouldn't get relegated under Bielsa, right? They wouldn't get relegated.
But Leeds have conceded more goals than anyone, including Norwich. Look, that's nuts.
They've had 20 this month or something? It's ridiculous the amount of goals they've conceded. I'm totally with you. Is there an argument then for, with better players, what Bielsa does could be better? Because actually, everywhere he's been, he's never quite been at those clubs that are the stellar clubs, are they? They're good clubs, but they're never the very best ones.
See, but here's the thing. The thing that I don't understand, right, is that if you've got a manager that's that good and things are going wrong, how can he not change it?
Because that's what he is.
Is that a good manager?
It's like if it's not going to happen, but if Man City lost 4 out of the next 5, is Pep going to stop rolling the ball around at the back?
Yeah, but Pep's got enough in the tank. He's got enough stock. His stocks are so high at the moment that if he loses 3 or 4 on the bounce, you sort of go, well, he's won the Champions League. He's done this with Barcelona. He did that Bayern Munich.
Admitted.
He knows how to get out of it.
Yeah, and look, anyone who's in Bielsa's, what I admire about him, and I really like about when I've watched his team play at their best, and they've not been at that best for a while, admitted. But I just like the way that they inflict their game on you. You know, we do have a lot of managers and a lot of teams in the Premier League that want to sit there and wait and see what happens and wait to get to a point 20 minutes to go before they'll even entertain having a go.
Yeah.
At least Leeds, when you play against them, if you're a Leeds fan turning up at Ellen Road paying your hard-earned money,
you're going to see your team lose. You have been seeing your team lose a lot, but you also see your team trying to have a go. Now, I think a bit what's happened with Leeds lately, because they've lost so many and they've conceded so many, I think players, understandably, they start to doubt a little bit about what's going on. And when you play that like full court press, that full one-on-one, man-for-man marking system on the field, and you really go hell for leather, if all of a sudden 1 or 2 are starting to doubt that, and because of results, because of confidence, then all of a sudden that don't work. That's completely out the window. But that whole notion. See,
I think
what I don't understand is Leeds fans have phoned up. They might do it this afternoon. They certainly did it last week. And I said, keep Bielsa, go down, or get rid of him and stay up. And the majority of Leeds fans keep him go
because
down
they actually like what he is trying to bring. They don't like what they're seeing at the minute. Who does? But they like the way that he sets his team up to try and do what they do. If he had better players, should he have been backed in January? I don't know whether he wanted players. We're not party to that sort of information. But looking at it, you think to yourself, surely they should have gone and got themselves a striker or something else from somewhere, shouldn't they? I think that young lad, Gelhardt, looks a real talent, but not ready yet to have to lead the line for Leeds and battle away at the bottom end of the table. They needed more. Now, why they didn't come in, I've got no idea. But I really do like watching his team. I actually enjoy watching his team. It's crazy, and you have to watch it from behind the settee a little bit. It's one of them. But I do like watching what he does.
Let me ask you this. I'm not going to mention the top 4 because it's a no-brainer, right? West Ham. Would West Ham fans swap David Moyes for him?
No.
Right, would Arsenal swap
Arteta? Because it's working.
Okay. Would Arsenal swap Arteta?
No, because it's working.
Would Spurs swap?
No, go Man United.
Well, Man United don't have a manager.
But
no Man United fan would take him.
Well, you wouldn't take him, right? You don't want to take him.
No.
But if you don't get Pochettino, who are you going for? Who are you going to get? If you don't get Pochettino, what are you going to do?
Maybe Conte.
So
maybe
all of a sudden,
Ten Hag.
Maybe Ten Hag. And are you that excited about Ten Hag? Really?
I'd be more excited about him than Bielsa.
Would you not be intrigued by Bielsa?
No, I wouldn't. There's not one manager. I'll go down the whole list. Eddie Howe, Newcastle. Would Newcastle fans rather have Bielsa?
No.
Brentford fans, Thomas Frank, would you rather? I mean, honestly, I can't see one club. I don't think Everton will give up Frank Lampard. Burnley wouldn't give up Sean Dyche. Watford have got Roy Hodgson.
And they probably wouldn't. I'm intrigued. I wonder if he had a better squad of players. If he could, my worry would be whether he could actually get them to do what the Leeds boys were prepared to do for him.
What can see goals?
I'm trying to be serious here, right? And I'm just trying to be serious.
So am I.
Yeah.
I don't get it with him.
Well, you got to get it with someone.
Well,
Man United, you can't get it with anyone.
He wouldn't walk into any team in the Premier League. What does that tell you?
Well, listen, most managers, when they come out of a job and they've got the elbow, it's for a reason. And so they don't automatically, but they can come back. They can go and reappear. And do you know what? With a better group of players, with all respects to the Leeds lads, I would be intrigued to know whether that could work.
Okay. Last question, just yes or no.
Go on.
We can talk about it more in detail, but I'm massively over. If Southgate moved on, would you want Bielsa England manager?
No.
Why?
Because I don't care.
Okay, Republic of Ireland then. Would you like Bielsa in charge?
Yes.
Would you?
Yeah, I would.
Okay. Yes. Lots to talk about. One number to dial 03717 22 3344. This is Drive on talkSPORT with We Buy Any Car. Join over 2.5 million happy customers by entering your reg number now.